All right, welcome back to another edition of Discovering Foundational Truths. My name is John Lemus.
Director Mula.
Dawood Abdallah.
Ramon Toto.
Hussein Ambrawa.
Reason why we get together is any area that you struggle in, if you actually know the truth about that area from the source's perspective, you're not going to be struggling in that area. So we actually start with some questions. The first question to you guys is going to be, what do you see beyond your reflection when you look in the mirror? So obviously looking in the mirror, you're going to see your reflection.
Right.
But what do you see beyond your reflection? Think about it for a second. It shouldn't come right to you, but it should take a second. So what do you see beyond your reflection when you look in the mirror?
For me, I see abundance.
Okay.
I see peace. And I see love.
Okay. What do you see?
I see a superhero in progress.
Okay.
Most likely a child of God.
Okay.
I mean, it all depends, right? Like, how'd you say he see all these things, but can you are you able to go deep into describe them, you know what I mean?
So abundance is just what I see is I have unlimited access to whatever I want, and only it's a mindset that you need to have, right?
Yeah.
So knowing that anything that you want, you can get if you put your mind to it. That's abundance. Like everything that you want is abundant. It's there's a lot of it is there. When I say peace, I mean that literally, whenever you're in situations, you gotta think of okay, what is the best way to to deal with this situation, right? You can't just react, and also you gotta think about God is peace, and God is love. If you don't have that, if you don't have those two, you're going against God, and whatever is against God, it's the devil. So that's basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
I can't add to that one. That was good. Yeah, it's about, okay. I'm going to go on to the second question. Okay, how do you define success? Think about success in your life. It's going to be different definition for, basically everybody.
100%.
How do you define success in your world?
On my end, just staying away from zero.
As long as the balance is in the black, we're good.
Really.
If it's in the red, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
You said as long as you stay away from zero.
Yeah. Having a zero balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
How do you define success? Are you successful?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
But define it for you.
How do you define it, though? How do you know you're going to get there if you don't know where it is? You got to define it.
Right.
All right? How do you define it?
Success would be me reaching my purpose here on earth.
Okay.
I like that.
We hit that. Okay.
Yeah, it's
You define
the
success.
same thing he said. Just being able to fulfill what God wanted me to do. So basically, serve His people. That's success.
Right.
Please God and serve people.
The way that I would look at it or define success would be it starts with you, when you wake up in the morning, I feel like it starts with that, because if without you waking up, you could be successful, but if you're not if you don't I feel like health is success, you know what I mean? Because without health, you will not be able to do anything to make sure you reach that goal that you're trying to reach. So you got to take care of yourself first, you know what I mean?
that.
That's how I define it.
Okay, the way I define this, if to be successful, you have to accomplish what you were made for. Okay, because if you think about it, you could be rich and still not be successful. I mean, you might be good at making money, but maybe that's not why you're here. Okay, you
100%.
might. So the idea is, can you accomplish what you're made to do?
So basically, fulfilling God's
Absolutely,
Will.
His purpose for you or His will. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, what is the one thing that you cannot stand in other people?
I'm gonna take this one. I know you say fast, it's not good, but no, it's not a tough
Reaction,
one.
knee jerk. Go ahead.
To me, it's just the thing that I'm a man of his words,
Okay.
and I don't like when people don't really are not about that. And it's basically like honesty, like you're You're not. Somebody be like, yeah, I'm gonna show up tomorrow. You know, like, oh, I'm gonna
Loyalty,
handle
yeah,
that,
okay.
and then they're nowhere to be found. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I know that you're lying to yourself, but at the same time, it's like if it comes out of your mouth, you have to. It has to be like you have to hold that, you know, to yourself,
yourself
up to it.
accountable, yeah.
And because it's just like words are powerful. If you say anything else, like, oh, something's gonna happen to me today, even though you might not say it like straight, you know, out of your mouth, but even if you think about it, it's, you know, your subconscious mind is gonna take that and make it happen. So like I'm just like being honest and being about what you say.
Okay.
That's what I hate about people.
All right.
Is this the question? Was what do
The
you
question
hate?
is, what is the one thing you cannot stand in other people?
Being a hypocrite.
So saying one thing and doing another.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if I could go the same way with what you said, but like I feel like that's really because you're trying to stop me from something. Like I feel like that you're doing wrong. So it's like I'm telling you to do something, but I know deep down like it can go a lot of ways. I feel like it's so manipulative when it comes to like people who are like hypocrites and stuff like that and then that drives people insane, you know what I mean? Once you find out, like, that's how they're going about everything and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how.
What's one thing you can't stand, brother?
I would say.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. You good?
I was gonna say, like in the Quran, one of the things that Allah despises about people is hypocrites, right? Even He's the most merciful, all-seeing, all-knowing, but for hypocrites, the punishment is severe.
Okay. All right. What you think? So one thing you can't stand.
I would say nothing really, because only reason I'm saying that with what I'm doing now is most of y'all know, like, I'm a financial professional, so I do insurance for a lot of people, and I see what you guys are saying, like how you said, like people saying thing, but they don't like be a minute. Like a lot of time, I will have like a meeting, maybe say with someone at like 7:15. But when they don't show up at 7:15, I mean, I really can't be really mad at them. It's just like you just showing me like what type of person you are, and like I take time real serious. Maybe they don't and stuff like that. So I won't like nothing really,
So you
I
won't
can't
get
say.
mad at them for being.
I won't be mad because if you think about it, really, it's now it just I could do something with that time. Maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe right now it's not the time for them. Maybe it's not ready. But when
So
the
you just
time
let them
comes,
be because that's just who they are.
yeah, if they didn't show up to the meeting, you don't. If Link told me we had a meeting today at 4, he didn't need to remind me again. People make time for what's important to them, and I feel like if they really thought what you was gonna say is important, they would have showed up. They didn't show up. Obviously, they don't
Because
take
it's
you
not
serious,
important.
right? To them, basically,
No
yeah.
matter what kind of excuse they're gonna give you.
I mean, there is certain excuses that can get, but a lot of time people can let you know, like, hey, this is going on. But I'm talking about like the no show, no text, nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't really be mad at that. It's just that's who they are.
I can respect it.
So you got one thing that you can't stand in other people?
Mine is wasting my time. I give it an example. So like, just say from a point of view, like, say like I used to work at the pawn shop. Some people tell you to get that, and get this, and don't buy nothing. And you did all that and wasted your time. If you don't want it, just tell me. So just an example.
Okay, that question actually is almost a trick question.
Yeah.
Because whatever you cannot stand in another person is something that you need to fix in yourself.
Nah, come on now.
Okay, hold on. Let's
I felt it. I felt it.
This
I
is called
felt it.
discovering the foundations of truth.
I felt
Okay,
it.
the truth is you can't control the other person.
Facts.
So why let them change your attitude about something, or let you, if you see a duck, it's a duck.
So basically saying like you can only control what you can control.
That's it.
For sure,
When you
that's
focus
true.
on what you can control, you're going to come out so much stronger. And like I said, words are power, like Haji said. Emotions are magnetic. You're going to draw to you people that's of your frequency. You know what I mean? So if you're a naturally honest person, you're going to draw honest people to you. Now, if you're drawing a bunch of clowns to you, you got to think about what kind of vibe you're putting off.
Right.
So the answer is basically nothing.
So the answer is nothing that anybody else should do should bother you.
Yes.
If it does, then you need some work. That's all. That's all it is.
gotta-
I try to tell the kids that it's even worse with the kids because everything bothers them because they don't have an ID yet. Their ego is strong. You know, like I said, everything is like an attack. You know, so I'm saying you want to get to the point where other people cannot affect you.
Amen to that.
Okay.
We can all work on that right there.
Okay. This is a tough one here. What do you believe that sets you apart from others?
Say it again.
What do you believe that sets you apart from others? What do you believe that sets you apart from
I
others?
want to go first on this.
Go ahead. you try to catch back up. Nah, you good, bro.
So that could be in a lot of ways because, like, you can like let me just compare myself to like a famous athlete or a famous, somebody who's successful than me. I mean, they could, and then you put me on a next to them. Everybody can know who they're gonna go for, right? But I know what I'm better than knowing this person because I am who I am, and I know it. Just basically that can go in self belief. You know what I mean? So it all starts with me and my name and who I am and then that can also go back to what do you don't like about people too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because that can be like in a way it'd be like I only can control what I can control, and I know what I can control is me being better than this person. So I just feel like it's self belief, and if no matter if I know I can do it, at least I know I can try. That makes me already better than what they, when the next person. That's how I go about it. I would just be like, if I know I can try to do that, or even do it in my own way, I feel like that makes me better already because I said I can do it, even though it might not be to the full extent of how they did it and stuff like that. You know
All
what I mean?
right, stop right there. Don't say nothing.
All right.
When I ask you, what do you believe that sets you apart from others? Any words that you use that say compare me to a professional athlete, comparison is the thief of all joy.
Facts.
So joy comes from in the
God.
presence of God. So the closer you are, who does God compare himself to?
No.
You ain't supposed to compare yourself to anybody else. Okay, you're here for your plan, your purpose. That professional athlete's here for his plan, his purpose. So I say I never compare you to another person because if you're comparing yourself to another person, all you're doing is pulling yourself down. Yeah,
It's
so
never-
you got to just think about it. That's the truth of it. I'm saying it's
a fact.
everybody has their own path to go. You know what I mean? So yeah, just don't compare yourself. It doesn't. This is talking about what beliefs you have that set you apart from other people. You can say, my faith in God or my any kind of strength that's going to set you apart from somebody is different than you comparing yourself to somebody else.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Haji.
comparison's a thief of all joy
It's a good question.
because you get farther and far away from God the more you compare yourself to one of His creatures or one of His people. Humans. He don't want you to compare.
Yeah,
So
but
what do
that's
you have that sets you apart from everybody else, my brother?
Patience.
Patience. Okay. Does God have patience?
Oh, God is definitely patient.
She has.
He's
Yeah, it's
patient
called,
with
it's called long suffering.
He's definitely patient with me.
He could snap his finger and it could be over today. Like this could have been over yesterday.
Yeah,
So what do you have? He said patience.
I would say the way I carry myself, the way I look at things, my vision, the way I think, the way I respond to things, how I'm able to control myself, and
Boy, that's
and-
changed, huh?
yeah.
That's good. All right, what you think, Wave? How you
My
believe-
point of view is like I just tell myself there ain't no off days. Even if you like it or don't like it, you still got to do it.
You just keep it moving. Okay.
What about you?
Good question. What do I believe that sets me apart from others? I believe that I am just going to stay in my own lane. And like I said, everybody else is going to do what they're going to do. So that's my belief. And a lot of people don't have that because, they intermix and they try and compare. They try to do better than somebody else. I'm only in competition with myself.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you trust you.
So I trust God. I don't trust
I
me
was
at
about to
all.
say, God, you put,
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm
what I
saying.
said. If you put Him
God
first,
yeah.
then everything else will fall in line.
Yeah.
Liam, I got a question
Yeah, go
though.
ahead.
I believe that some competition can be good. So if, like, say for example,
So
me,
what competition is good?
say Haji does
No, don't talk about Haji.
Yeah, he does 500 push-ups a day. Now I'm gonna try to do 501 just to piss him off. That's good competition. And now he knows that he needs to do at least 502 just to beat me. And
What if you skinny? You can only do 2 push-ups, and you're comparing yourself to Haji doing 500.
now I know that I gotta hustle every day so I can beat Haji's record. That's good competition. What you
There's
think?
no
That's
such
comparison, right?
It's comparison. Yeah, there's no such thing as good competition except with yourself.
'Cause you want
All
to
you can
compare.
control is yourself. You can't control Haji. Haji might be doing push-ups every day of the week, and you got a job, you got a family, you're doing all this stuff. You're comparing yourself to somebody that maybe makes their money at
Yeah,
physical
push-ups,
fitness. Yeah. I'm saying there is no good competition. Competition is of the devil, honestly, because God has no competition.
Because bro, he's gonna do something else tomorrow, and you're gonna have to compete with that. And he's, every
That's what
day,
I'm saying. You can't
you're
control
basically
that.
living for his, what he's doing and stuff like that.
Your eyes is going the wrong way. I'm saying you should be looking in instead of looking out. Yeah. So
That the crazy thing is, like, people don't understand. Like, people think, okay, the devil or whatever, the shaitan, is something that is like huge or whatever. It's just basically the smallest thing that is opposite of God.
yep, it
That's
takes you away
literally
from
it.
God. That's it. Yep.
That's literally it. Like, it's not this, terrifying thing that we make it to be. It's literally just the smallest thing that is the opposite of God's word. Whether that's in Christianity, whether that's in Islam, whether that's in,
devil,
whatever.
the devil.
It's just literally just the smallest thing that's the opposite from God. Like, even something as simple as competition. He don't want competition. He made you specially.
Because he knows he's not in competition with anybody.
Nobody, yeah.
You should know you're not. Competition is what you do when you have an ego. You know what I'm saying? Ego is edge God out.
Yeah.
So the idea is you got to get rid of that ego and understand your path is different than Haji's.
But in the
So there is no such thing as good competition.
Why do you think they got the NFL? Why do you think they got the NBA?
They want the best.
No, they
Think
try to
it's
keep your attention away from what really means
Just
something.
happened, yeah.
I'm saying that's the people. The devil is basically in charge of all entertainment.
I can agree with that.
I'm just letting you know. Don't worry about it. I'm saying you'll find it out eventually. They're trying to keep
I
you
mean,
away
if it's
from
like
God.
that, the devil got all of us.
No, the devil don't got all of us. The devil has this earth.
Yeah.
I hear you.
When
but
you're
we-
of this earth and you buy into what's going on this earth, then yes, the devil has a piece of you.
and that's including all of us. Because just a phone, we're all distracted with a phone.
Absolutely.
All right. So then there's a lot of things. So,
Yeah, yeah.
But
No.
all kinds of things.
But stuff that you can control is
Yeah.
okay as opposed to what is controlling you.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Does it have control of you or do you have control of it? A phone got a lot of people, including, I don't know if it's me, probably.
People don't like accepting it.
Yeah.
That's all I say.
But I
I got
think it
control of me.
depends. Everybody has a phone. It depends how you use it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no good or
if you're
bad.
scrolling, like this, that's
That's
it.
distracting.
That's
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And then you got somebody that make a call, so that's not really.
Yeah, but that
the
call
phone-
might not
yeah.
be worth anything. What if they call you just to talk for no reason?
Just wasting time.
You just wasted.
Or maybe you just gossiping.
But it's not
Yeah,
entertainment,
that's
is
wasting
it?
time. That's still entertainment.
People love
That's-
Nowadays, it's becoming to a point where you can't even go shit without using your phone.
Facts. Back then, we couldn't even take the phone to the
You ain't
bathroom.
lying.
Now,
I ain't getting
Sit
into
down
that.
to take
Come
your
on,
mind
man.
off the. Like, it just that's how.
Now it's getting real. All right. All right. Let me get off of that one. Okay. How can I make today better than yesterday?
let yesterday be yesterday and
So
focus.
don't bring the worries of what happened before into today's
Yes.
energy.
That's
a
right.
good
Yeah,
one.
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Even though you know those problems are not gone, but how do you move forward from those problems that you had yesterday?
Stop right there. You talking funny because I don't have any problems. I'm just letting you know.
They say you talking
when
funny.
you have problems, the problem is that a lot of things you call problems you can't even control.
Right.
You can't fix. They're not things that are supposed to be fixed. When you have a difficulty in your life, it is supposed to make you stronger. You're supposed to get through it and move on. When you sit there and think about it and it slows you down, stops your whole life from proceeding forward, now it's a problem.
So you basically don't
Amen.
make it.
I was called challenges, but you can accept the challenge or you can, say that's not for
So
me.
is it the wording?
I have
Well,
what's
the
called
word problem
opportunities.
is actually huge. Yeah, I'm saying you look at it as an opportunity and you can either accept the opportunity or don't. Yeah, problems, like I said, is a big one.
Yeah.
Because if you say you got problems, you got problems.
You got a problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's not only that.
So you're looking
It's-
at it wrong.
yeah.
It's not a problem. It's actually a chance for you to get stronger and get beyond what you're doing.
And it's poisoning your mind too if you're looking at it as a problem. And it's poisoning your subconscious mind as well, where you can't even control it, but yet you letting it control you.
Yep.
And some things are like you're supposed to just let them be, and then think about the positive stuff.
And D, once you start like you know, you start to actually worry about things that you can't even control, and that slows you down
That's
from
what
what
the
you're
devil
supposed to.
wants, bro.
Yeah, that
Getting your mind off of
slows you
what's
down
important.
what you're supposed to be doing.
Bro, I see a fight going on in the hallway. I just keep walking.
Yeah, he's
I'm saying everybody else is running, screaming, hollering. I'm saying if it ain't me, I said if I start it, I'm gonna finish it. Okay, if I don't start it, you know you gonna finish it. You know what I'm saying? But and what can you do? You can't fire me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start it. I'm not going around punching people. Yeah. You know what I mean? So just get your mind, on that path. It's hard, believe me. I know.
For sure.
All right. So what's one act of kindness you can perform today that you haven't done yet?
What you say?
What's one act of kindness you could do today to change someone else's perspective?
What if you haven't been talking?
I haven't been talking.
That's because we got an intervention with
No,
Gio
there's
over
nothing
here.
wrong with that. I mean,
Yeah. What's one
my
act of
kindness is
kindness
just
you can
giving
do
money. That's
today?
well, my
Giving
my
money.
aunt, she was telling me to give her some money, so I'll do that tomorrow. That's an act of kindness. So she's coming.
Is that
in.
helping her?
Well, she's her first day in America, so
That might help her.
Yeah.
So that's a good answer. I didn't know she was first time.
yeah. So
She's like, what's this? I need money.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Mine's gonna be wisdom, giving somebody some wisdom.
Okay. What you think? What's one act of kindness you could do you haven't done?
And I don't know. It's kind of difficult, but
You gotta think about it. That's what I'm saying. If you're thinking about giving acts of kindness away, you're not worried about your problems.
one of the things that I did for the first time last Saturday, which gave me like a great joy, was help the food bank pack some like food and stuff.
Okay.
That was like the best feeling that I ever had. If anything else, I would say probably cook for the homeless. Even though we did couple years ago, we did actually pass out sandwiches but I'm talking about actually cooking, like give it away. That's
Homemade.
What you think, D? What's one act of kindness you think you could do?
Would that be for yourself or for someone else?
Oh my God! If it's for yourself, we in the wrong podcast. You can be kind to yourself, but I'm saying when
I mean,
you're,
I have to be kind of
Yeah,
myself.
it up. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying when your mind is on something else.
about it.
I mean, because I've been buying a lot of food outside, and I think I need to start cooking for myself.
You would be kind to your body because you're eating that processed stuff. All right, that's cool. Yeah, everybody ain't on that same level. Yeah.
What about you, Liam?
What's one act of kindness? Every day, here's what I do. I'm telling you, this is the weirdest thing.
I always give.
Every day I see somebody, I look at them as like they're like my rich uncle. They're gonna give me like $10 million. So I treat everybody like that. And then the kids acting like, oh, okay, I just look at it, like I said, I can see what they can be as opposed to where they're at right now. Because some
No
of
matter
them,
the age.
huh?
no
It
matter-
don't matter the age. Yeah, you could be an old bum on the street. And I'm like,
Wow.
if I can treat them like they're, like a rich uncle that's gonna give me, $1 million when they die, it's like,
Wow.
In a way,
go ahead.
that's like saying like whatever energy you put, it's the same way
You gonna get it back,
You
yeah.
gonna get it back, and
Absolutely.
you want people to treat you like how you treat them. You know what I mean? So
And some of those people never get treated that way.
Exactly.
They don't even, like I said, they're expecting you to be negative or just shun them off or just walk by.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you think everybody, you got to understand, God made everybody. He doesn't make accidents. You know what I mean? They're here for a reason. They might be in a path right now that they don't even understand, where they're here for or what, what's going on. But you may be the one that's actually, triggers that imagination or something and gets them going the path.
I don't want to get off
Go ahead.
topic here, but
That's fine. There ain't no topic.
I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Back to what you said. You said God made everybody. You don't think there is like demons in human forms?
Do I think there's demons
In human
human
forms,
form?
like yeah.
that's
No.
deep. I mean,
Do not.
Look at here.
Unless you're possessed. You can ask them to
Even that possessed is more of like
You can still.
it's more of like what you
It's your
want.
mind.
Yeah, it's all your mind. Like it's all, even something as simple as being sick is all in your mind because of guilt or because of like, okay, I'm around this person who's sick, or I'm gonna be sick. It's all in your mind. And people think, oh, it's this mind, but no, it's the subconscious mind. It's the mind that doesn't sleep. It's the mind that catches you off guard. That's what that is. It has nothing to do with when people say the devil or demon is literally just something that's just the opposite from God's truth.
Right. So
That's literally it.
how does the devil have any power? What's he do? How does he attack you? does he attack you? Do you attack yourself?
Yeah.
When you're bored.
When you're distracted, yeah, you start thinking of some funny stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm saying every spiritual attack is thought first.
Yeah.
And then the manifestation comes through your body, your thought. Then you put emotion to it. Then it manifests because your body moves.
I mean, this kind of conversation can really like.
Go ahead, man.
No, what I'm trying to say is because it made me think about a story about the Penny Hills shooting and stuff.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So it's like the guy was like a comedian, but he was joking with the wrong guy, and then the wrong guy went to the car, and he told him like the guy that was joking with the guy. They told him this guy is gonna go to the car to get a weapon. You might want to go run. He just thought that guy wasn't that serious because he's a funny guy. So this guy gets a gun and he just instead of just going for one person, he just blasts the whole store, and it just. And this was all over the news, but it's like with that mindset though, like I don't understand how everybody else that was in that shop that got
I knew
you
what
know,
was gonna happen.
like you know what I mean. So it's like how this, so that devil, like I'm going back to his saying. So is that devil in human form? Do you look at it like that because he don't care about who was gonna get hurt in that?
So you don't understand when that person is gone or that 5 people is gone, they're in a better place if you choose that. This is just a kind of like a dry run for your body. That's all this is. You know, just the experience.
It's
thing. 'Cause
temporary.
Everybody was a spirit before they got here. God put
Basically, that was supposed to happen. Basically,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying when that happens, other people like you think about what you say to people. You know what I'm saying? God, he makes everything work for good. You know, and it might be bad in your head, but I'm saying that might have stopped somebody from mass, killing 1,000 people with a bomb.
Right.
You know, because they heard about that. You know, like I said, you can't question what he's doing. The whole idea is just to stand back and kind of allow what
And
happens.
say Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Hey, going
I ain't saying
crazy.
all that.
I mean, everything is it's exactly what you say, Liam. It's in your heart and what you see. Because every situation, it's your choice. God gives you that choice to see how you want to see it. But in every situation, that there's always
good.
There's always good.
Yeah.
Like the COVID happened, a lot of people actually were able to leave their jobs and become millionaires.
Yeah. Go back to your families and see what's
Exactly.
really important.
Like even if something as like the shooting, somebody out there, got something good from it, and then you could choose to be like, I never want to go outside or go to that place. But there's good in that. Only you can find it if your heart is pure, or you see good in everything.
Okay. Whew, man, what is the worst thing someone has said about you? And is it true?
Gee.
Think about it. What's the worst thing someone said about you?
I'll say
man.
worse,
I
but
mean, can we choose one?
Just one thing. It don't matter. Yeah.
No, they selfish. You know what I mean?
They said you are selfish.
This I'm selfish, and
Okay,
then,
now stop right there.
right.
Did that bother you?
It didn't bother me.
Okay, that's a good thing.
You should,
Why-
because
but I
you
thought
bragging.
I thought about
I just said,
it.
what's the worst thing that someone has
I mean,
said?
it does make you think though. Like it makes you think like, okay, what am I doing selfish? Because it's because they want me to do certain thing that in their own time, and I don't do it because I try to put myself, and that goes back to like I can only control what I can control, right? So if it goes back to like, okay, you want something to happen in your time, and I don't do it because I'm not ready for that. And then it goes back to saying like, okay, you're just thinking about yourself, this and that. So that is like, I mean, but if you hear more than once, then that does make you think.
But I'm just telling you right now, if it bothers you,
Yeah.
there's something inside you that actually thinks you are selfish.
So if you think about it, yeah,
If it doesn't bother you, people call me names all the time,
right.
but it don't bother me. Because A, they don't know me. B,
What if they do know you? I mean,
even if they do,
Right.
I truly don't know you.
okay,
I might have known you for 2-3 years and I know
Right.
you hang out, but I don't know your soul.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like God's the only one that knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, if it bothers you, though, that's a trigger. And it's like, now you have to think about why is it bothering you? Because I'm telling you, when people talk about somebody, they're projecting what's inside of them. So how does he know it's selfish if he doesn't know what selfish is? You know what I'm saying? He's already selfish, calling you selfish. So, like I said, you have to keep the behavior, whatever, with where it came from.
is it, man? These kind of things when it's not somebody, when somebody says like whatever somebody thinks of you.
D. So go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, when they say like whenever somebody says something about you,
They're
it's
talking about
basically
yourself.
itself. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
think about when it's your birthday. Say people giving you money, you having a great time. How many times are you ripping on people when it's your birthday? You don't even think about anybody else when it's your
No.
birthday.
You chilling.
Yeah, you just chilling, you on your own mind. But I'm saying when it's not your birthday and bad things happen, that's called projection. When I put onto you something that makes me feel bad. That's
What an
projection.
example.
Yeah,
Every day should be your birthday, D.
that's what I tell the kids. Every day is my birthday. You
Well,
can't mess
that's
with
true.
me.
You gonna die early.
No, I didn't say I'm getting older. I just said it's my birthday. Think about what happens on your birthday.
Well, he acted up.
All right, this is gonna be a tough one for y'all. What do I believe is the purpose of my life?
You said a tough one for us
That's a tough
before it
one.
started.
Yeah, 'cause
Nah,
it's
you
hard.
acting up from the beginning.
I'm saying I have a hard time with this one.
Yeah, just say that. You say
What-
that.
What do you believe is the purpose for your life? Why are you here?
Serve others.
Yeah.
That's everybody. That's everybody's answer though. Like
Yeah.
That's okay.
you guys gotta.
I'm saying if you truly believe it, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
To please God and serve others.
Serve others in any kind
No
of
matter
way.
how you look at it, that's only the only thing. Serve. You know what I mean? We here to serve because we have to put.
As long as you're not just serving yourself.
Yeah. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
okay.
So
All right. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I'm saying you can get as deep as you want, but that's a good answer. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your beliefs about the connection between your mind, your body, and your spirit?
good to say.
I mean, for me, they work all as one.
They work as one, so
yeah,
you're-
so I'm all together with one.
Okay. That means you're unified. So you do everything you say.
Yeah, I don't think
That's
about
good.
it too much. It just happens.
What about, do you have a connection between your mind, body, and spirit? This is the argument for Christianity because God has a mind, body, and spirit too. But
That's your level there. Come on.
Yeah.
That's your mic.
Me?
that's it. What's your belief about your connection between the mind, body, and spirit? Are they all connected, or do they fight amongst themselves? What do they do?
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, they do."
I don't think my body's connected to my spirit. I think my spirit is connected to my source.
Okay, I mean that's your lifeline to your source,
Right.
but it has to be connected to your body. Otherwise, you'd never get a
I
word.
feel like whatever you tell your mind, your body's gonna react to it. You know what I mean?
And I'm
Well, I
not-
hope not. That's called reacting. You don't want to do that. You want to think first.
Yeah.
Yeah, respond. Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah.
but here we're talking about like connected. Like I would say my spirit is connected to God. I won't say my spirit is connected to my body though.
How does he
Your
get a word
spirit
to
is
you?
not connected to your body. So where your spirit go when you die? If it's not connected to your body.
It don't go to my body.
It goes back
It's in your body.
Yeah, but it goes.
Oh, you just answered.
He just
Yeah,
answered
goes back to
it.
God.
Oh my
Right.
God.
That's
You
a
just
piece of
said
God
it was
that's
in you and
connected
it goes to
That's
God.
your spirit.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, just
so
think
your
about it.
body, your mind is connected to your body because your mind tells your body what to do. Your mind, you have a conscious mind, subconscious mind. You have your taste buds, you have all that stuff. I'm saying it's a tough question because you have to have some knowledge about all those three. different
Three.
things.
Yeah. I feel okay.
Don't
Yo,
think about
Now,
it. man.
listen, sometimes you are not connected because your mind tells you one thing and your
And your
spirit, your spirit says, nah, I'm gonna go get this girl. You know what I mean? But your mind is saying, don't do that. She's a little funny. You know what I mean?
it's
She's
the
not for
spirit
you.
that's telling you to do
Your
things.
spirit, your soul actually is the mediator between your spirit and your body. So your soul is either, where it's supposed to be going or it's going bad. If it's going bad, because there's a battle, the devil and God is battling for your
It's your
soul.
soul. Right.
Yeah. There's cold in the fridge in there if you want.
No, you good.
Are you
They're
good?
battling for
Yeah.
your soul. Right.
Yeah. So I'm saying it's not always connected. And the reason why it's not always connected is because your mind doesn't always connect up with what God wants you to do. If you did what God wants you to do every time, you'd be connected because your soul would be good. Okay? Just something so you guys understand.
For sure.
Okay, what is something new I tried or explored this year? What's something new you did
This year.
this year?
What is something new we try?
Yeah, did you try anything new?
Yeah.
What did you try, brother?
That's a good question though.
It is. I'm saying
Like it.
the whole idea is to expand your mind. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you're not trying something new, you should be trying something new.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
So
So what was new in your?
it's something that I'm currently working on, becoming an owner logistic, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So it's something that I'm trying, this year. So it's like it's still progress, but You know what I mean? But I'm trying it, so it's like, so I don't know
Let's
how
break
to.
it down. How do you become an owner? What are you talking about?
So first, you have to. There's steps to it to become an owner. You have to
Owner of what? What are you trying to own?
owner of a business.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
As opposed to working in a business.
Working in a business, yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, to become an owner, first you have to work for yourself before you can have people working for you, right? That's not how it works.
Well,
Depends.
unless you have like a franchise idea or
right,
a model
right.
that you
Or unless you have
so
some money already.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is what I'm trying to do. Basically, I want to work for myself, so that way I can expand it to have it work for the business to basically to work for itself. So in a way, it's like something that I'm trying to do, but it just I've always been doing the same thing the last couple of years. So this is something that I'm trying to do. So I feel like
yeah, we got that's a long conversation there, but okay.
Yeah, it's the
Try something
beginning.
new.
You have to. They said just do it. Start it off.
I mean, this year I tried multiple things. I mean, one of the things was try to create more short content.
Okay.
Kind of just see where it's.
So you tried or you did?
I did.
Okay. Yeah.
And currently like doing it just to be able, and the content is focused on basically African nomadic or tribal short content.
Okay.
And then it's planning. Kind of we talked about, there was a question that frequently was asked on this podcast: where do you see yourself in like 5 years? So I did like a 1 year plan, 2 year plan, 3 year plan, 4 year plan. I'm currently on my 4 year plan. I was actually gonna bring the notebook, but I'm like, But kind of just planning yearly, and that's something that like I would talk about it, but never actually sat down to do it. So that's just basically planning more.
So stuff does
detail.
not become real until
Yeah.
you write it down. That's
Oh my
that's a
goodness.
powerful
My
thing.
pastor always tells me that.
Go ahead.
What
What,
you just
what you
said.
been doing?
What was the last time you said stuff that would become real?
No, I'm saying something does not become real until you actually write it down. There's power in writing it down
Down.
because you have to think about what you're doing. You have to. It has to go through your heart. Everything has to come through everything. Spirit. Everything gets a check. So have you been doing anything?
Yes.
You've been busy as a.
Hey,
I'm not talking about ducking nobody. I'm just talking
Just a
about busy
little bit.
going forward.
Big steps this year, 2024. Very exciting. As you can see, I got taller. But no. I don't. Now I don't know if most of y'all see my stuff in social media, but I play the bass now. I always played the piano and the drum, but I didn't want to stop there. I wanted to push myself, and that's what. So now I play bass, and just like I said, now, I went from doing music to now becoming a producer, which is help and serve people through like giving them advice. I've been learning a lot at the beginning of the year, all the type of insurance and stuff, and how rich people get rich off insurance and stuff, and all the stuff. So I became a producer, and I put in a lot of work to learning and stuff like that, so I can advise people better. And I've been more connected with groups. I even got big roles to play now in different type of groups. So I would say 2024 definitely very, very, very interesting, and I was not expecting it, but the challenges are great this year. The opportunities is everywhere. Every day is an opportunity for me. So,
Okay.
yeah.
That sounds good.
yeah, that was a story right there.
Anything new over there, my brother? You gotta follow
me.
that one.
My point of view is when me and Haji went to the plane show, so it woke me up, I mean, it woke
Real
me
money
up.
was?
Yeah, real money was. I mean, this money, Pittsburgh money too small. Boys is rolling with planes and private jets and stuff like that. And we just
didn't
us
pay for 'em.
sitting in it, sitting in the what's it called, the pit or
Cockpit.
cockpit.
Yeah.
Oh, that was big boy style right there. So
Haji, I didn't get my text yet.
well,
What
hold on.
text? What you talking about?
Hold on, we'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
Tell the story, bro.
definitely, and like just being just being in like a private jet that's several $million. I'm like, damn, that's a different story. And coming from where we're coming from, seeing $1 million, it's not something usual.
That woke you up for sure.
It woke me up.
How John get invited to no private jet?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Wait till he gets one, then he'll.
I mean, they do it every year.
Every year, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can. There's multiple like expos. These are shows where you can see the newest airplanes, the newest technology in airplanes. So like every month they have one in different country. So like I think the next one is actually in Brazil. You just missed the one in Dubai that we was trying to go to.
So it's like a car show, but instead
Yeah,
of
but
It's a
you're
plane
not.
show.
It's not. You're not gonna see it advertised on Facebook or anything like that. This is like
Big boy talk.
big boy stuff.
Word
Yeah.
of mouth, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, there's
So what is changing in my life? Huh?
millions of people there.
Yeah, I'm doing the same old stuff, but
Yeah, he's wild.
I guess just how deep. I'm telling you, like the older you get, you start chasing, things. Then you start looking for experiences. Then you realize that for you to step into eternity is not linear. Eternity is actually relational. So the more relation you have with God, the closer you are to eternity. The more relation you have with other people, so the deeper your relationships get with people, it actually slows time down. It like I said, you can accomplish so much more, obviously, with more people. You know what I mean? So,
the crazy thing too, like you feel more rested.
oh, I'm saying it.
I'm just speaking from
Absolutely.
experience.
Yeah, you definitely, like I said, when you're on the grind, you're trying to do 10 different things, you're doing things. I mean, at times seems like, it doesn't go anywhere, but when you let things roll out the way they're supposed to, and, you understand that you're not really controlling anything, all you can control is yourself, then you can enjoy what you're doing as opposed to just doing all the time. You have to become something. Okay.
as humans, we always trying to have things work out in our time. You know what I mean? So we might start something, but we want results right away. Mm-hmm. So like, how do we control that? We know that just comes because we know we can't.
So wisdom says that everything has a season. There's a time to cry, time to laugh, time to do everything, time to die. So I mean, once you understand that the season will actually bring on what's going on, and you have nothing to do with it. I mean, God did all this and just said, "That's good." He didn't rest on day 7 because he was tired. He rested on day 7 because he was done.
He's seen everything, and
Yeah,
he said it's
everything was good.
Yeah,
So I mean,
there was a time when we talked about the 4 seasons and what
Uh-huh.
they meant, like spring, winter, what do you call it, summer. Fall.
yeah, that's a whole podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did talk
There's
about
there's things you want to do in the spring,
Yeah.
and a lot of it has to hook with like growing crops and stuff. You don't plant in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause that's the
That's the time. Yeah, it's gonna kill everything.
Yep.
For sure.
All right, so last question, then we're gonna get into the content. Where does your self-worth come from?
Me in my end, I just say not beginning with something and just starting off with steps, climbing the ladder.
Okay.
So right now I can say
So what if
I'm in
that
the
ladder's
middle
up
of
against the wrong building?
my ladder. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Just want to. Sometimes you climb a ladder and you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
my
the top of
ladder-
this ain't where I want to be.
No. When I go up, I go up for a reason.
Okay.
We ain't going up for no.
So that's your self-worth we're talking about. How much?
yeah, self worth for sure. Just in general.
I think self-worth comes from knowledge, wisdom, and how much you value yourself of what you've acquired so far. And also, I mean, with that is the gift that God, gave you to be proficient in that in that field.
Okay.
He's funny. You gotta come every day, D. You gotta come every day.
When it comes to self-worth, sometimes I don't think you can see it unless because in a lot of ways, like I see people can see your potential more than you can see it. So I don't know if self-worth is the same as potential. Would you put those two things together?
Absolutely.
Okay, so 'cause it's like sometimes you can't really see it. You have to
You
like
know
have,
why? Because your eyes are looking out there, right? So you see everybody else. So then you fall into the trap of comparing and contrasting how you are compared to somebody else.
But sometimes you just need somebody to tell you.
I'm saying, but your eyes are looking at me. You can see potential in me.
Okay.
It's hard to see potential in yourself. So I'm trying to get to an answer that you have to know what God says about you. If you know what God says about you and you believe the truth about what he's saying,
Whatever.
it's already there.
Yeah, it's already there.
I'm saying, if you try to build your self-worth on money, try to build it on planes, but eventually all that stuff's gone. Now what are you worth?
I mean,
So
we ain't
anything
looking at it
physical is
like
going to
that.
go away. I'm just letting you know,
understand.
physicality is going to go away.
100%.
Is it too late to see your potential?
No.
Never.
Even now, yeah, you're good until it's time to go back.
Yeah.
I think for you to be able to see your potential, you gotta see what you know what I'm saying with your
You got to see what God says about you.
Yeah, but
You are a head, not a tail.
yeah.
You are a lender, not a borrower.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be first, not last. I'm saying he says all this stuff, and you have to believe it. If you believe it, then that's what you are.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So the idea is not to base your self-worth on what you physically own, because I could have a gun and take all that away in 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean you're not worth anything anymore? Heck no. Your experiences, your passions, all that stuff kind of builds up. That's what we're going to talk about today. All that builds up in you, and that's your self-worth. So
I like that. I like today's topic.
all right. Well, we didn't get there yet.
It's not
It's your
finished.
self-worth.
Okay, what's the idea?
We just
Yeah.
got to the point of asking questions.
So actually, the title of today's thing is going to be a 7-step process for a financial turnaround. Okay, the idea is everybody's already there, but you have to be aware. It's not, you don't lack access to something, you lack awareness. Yeah, to that access. So once you become aware of what's going on, you already got it.
Okay.
Okay, it's already there. I told you, God made everything. He said, I'm good.
Those are good.
Yeah, so everything we want is already here. But how you look at stuff and how you utilize things, if you do it the way God wants you to do it, then, like I said, you can't go wrong.
For sure.
You know,
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, you
I
go.
was gonna say this is something that I just learned today. You have to be in harmony with something, right? If the thing is, a lot of people don't understand. Like even in marriages, people don't understand why this marriage doesn't work or why this marriage is lacking financial freedom. It's because if there's no harmony in that marriage, God is not gonna bless.
Bro, it says in the
Yeah.
Bible.
What's harmony?
Harmony means like they work together and you go towards a certain goal. It says right in there, if you're arguing with your spouse, he will not listen to your prayers.
Yeah.
So you
Your spouse, what?
shut down any kind of help coming from up top.
Hold up.
Oh, ain't no hold up. Go ahead. It's the truth.
I mean,
Wait, what if it's one time? It's there?
No, I'm saying at that
Oh, at
point,
that point,
when you're arguing with your spouse,
there's no point of
there's
praying.
no point of praying.
so no butter, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No baraka.
Yeah.
And it's not even just in marriage. Even if you have
Any kind of relationship.
There's a partnership in that business. If you guys are not together or you're not making like that blessing is stopped.
This conversation consider arguments.
He's been around.
No.
There's disagreements.
Disagreements. That's
You
what I'm
can
trying
have
to
a
say.
disagreement without being totally off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, how do you consider disagreements and arguments? So how do you part those?
First of all, it's emotion. When you put a discussion with emotion, now you're arguing. Okay, take the emotion out of it. That's why it's hard with females, because what do they lead with?
Emotion.
Emotion. We lead with logic.
Logic.
Okay, it makes sense to us, then we do it. If it feels right to them, they do it. All right, so that's part of knowledge. If you understand that, then you know that
Man, that's
something
a
you.
lot to learn. But
I'm saying you missed a few weeks, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're
I mean, like, when we talk about disagreements and stuff, I mean, it's so hard. Like,
So
cause
why would you disagree? Because you want something, she wants something.
Yeah.
You guys both want something, so now you got to get on the same page. How you get to that point? You can't get there when there's
pleases each
emotion.
other's needs.
Because
Yeah.
you're always trying to get your point across.
I'm saying your point don't matter.
That nigga feel it.
It's both your points where you're going. I'm saying when you say my point, I want to get across, you're already going the wrong direction because you're here. I'm saying your point is over here. You're going this way. She's standing here, right here. By the time you come back and argue again, she still ain't moved. So when you both move together,
thinking too
then you're going
hard.
to get closer to that point. It's a different way of looking at it.
Because one thing you have to understand is until you make a point, because it's still the conversation with the significant other still gonna go, and you have to like, you can't just let it just. I'm not saying because females always say because they want to have the last say. You know what I mean? So then to put it to make them understand where you was coming from with this conversation. So would you? So you have to keep going back and forth with her too.
Yes, he did.
You never win. First,
Yeah,
With
it
a
doesn't
two people, if you go back and forth, there's no
be
game.
tough.
and
You
with
guys
a
are sitting
female,
there-
you're not winning too.
It's not even an argument. If you look at it as an argument or you look at it as trying to get your point across, you've already lost.
So you just what? What do you do in that situation? Then?
You kind of find out
know-
where she's trying to go.
And you
I'm
just-
saying both of y'all got to go the same direction.
Yeah.
and
you
if she ends
don't-
up in her way, if she
if ends up in a way that she don't want to be, she's going to realize. Then she's going to come back. You got to let her go. I'm saying love is
Gotta let her go.
I'm saying love is accepting her for what she is now and
It's
how
a
she's going to be
problem.
in 10 years from now. If you're possession, if you're just making her come with you,
yeah.
I mean, maybe she don't want to go that way.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. Like,
Sorry, Liam.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Sorry, I
No,
kinda,
no,
yeah,
no. You're good. No, you're good. Like I said, everything is relevant. Like I said, if it comes to your head, that's something that's bothering you. You know.
No, I've just been. I finished like 3 audiobooks, and you know
That's the
how
thing, you got a lot of stuff. Yeah.
you know
pregnant, huh?
how you know how you've been saying like I'm pregnant. I got so much information.
Yeah,
it's
you
ridiculous.
wild.
Yeah.
no Diddy though. But yeah, go ahead.
Hold on, Lee. Before I just say you said something about everything is in your head, something if it's bothering you, something like that. What did you say?
I'm saying if something bothers you, then there's something you need to fix.
Okay.
Okay. If something's bothering you, you're allowing it to get it. I explain like this. I'm a boat in the middle of the ocean. That boat can just stay afloat and just go along with the waves.
Just
And do
let
it.
water.
Unless that water gets inside. When you let that information, you let that thought, let that emotion come in,
That's
now
when
you
the
sinking.
boat, right?
Now the boat's going down.
The boat is aware that it got water around, but it's not looking at it dangerous.
Yeah, it's not afraid of it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
For
When
sure.
you start fearing, then that brings emotion in, and you just don't make rational decisions. You know.
For sure.
All right. So, anyways,
Put D to-
I know these brain is just running left and right. Okay, this isn't actually an Old Testament story coming out of the Bible, but there's a lot of truth in it that I'm going to see if you guys see any of the truths before I explain some of the truths. I'm gonna read it real quick. It takes about a minute or so to read it, but it's about and I'm not sure if it's in the Quran or not, because a lot of times the
from
Old
the Old
Testament,
Testament,
yeah,
yeah.
it usually is. Okay, there's a female, a woman. They don't really have her name in there, and there's a prophet Elijah. Basically, what it is, when they tell the story, they're actually telling lessons and like giving you secrets, principles, patterns, promises, blueprints. That if you can see them, it's going to make you much more adept at trying to manipulate through this life. Okay, so. Okay, the woman said to the prophet Elijah, "Your servant, my husband, is dead." So obviously, this lady's husband died. Says, "You know that your servant feared the Lord, so he was a good with God. But the creditor has come to take my 2 children, okay, to be his slaves." Back then, if you don't pay your debts, they can actually take your people and then put them in slavery, and have them work that debt off. Okay. Elijah said to her, "What shall I do for you? Tell me what you have in your house." And she said, "Your servant has nothing in the house except a jar of oil." Okay, then he said, "Go outside, borrow some vessels from all your neighbors, empty vessels and not too few, so as many as you can. Then go in, shut the door behind you and yourself and your sons, and pour the oil into the vessels. And when one is full, set it aside." So she went from him, shut the door behind herself and her sons, and she poured. Okay, they brought the vessels to her. When the vessels were full, she said to her son, "Bring me another vessel." And he said to her, "There's not another," so there's not one more vessel. Then the oil actually stopped flowing. So she came and told the man of God, and he said, "Go sell the oil, pay your debts, and you will see your sons can live off the rest." So the idea is her husband died. She's talking to this prophet Elijah and says, "What can I do? The creditors are knocking on the door. They're trying to get their money back, and they're going to take my sons." So when you take your sons, basically what that means is your legacy, everything lives through your children. Okay, which is kind of weird when I'm saying this because I don't even have any children, but I'm saying my legacy is going to live in the people that I've actually planting seeds in at school and stuff
Your
like
dogs.
that. Yeah, well, with dogs don't have legacy. So So the lessons about a financial turnaround. Can you think of any lessons in this story? And like I said, this is the first time you probably heard this story. So, like I said, think about the prophet. Prophet's got a real good connection to God. So God told the prophet to do this for this woman. Obviously, this woman was looking probably for some money. You know, I mean, trying to pay off her debt and stuff like that. But whenever you pray to God, God doesn't give you money. God gives you a plan or gives you an idea what to do. So you pray for things, and he gives you. He doesn't give you, what you ask for. No, because money don't mean nothing to God. I'm saying God owns everything.
Yeah.
So what's your money? Your money's just a bartering system we made up, man-made.
For sure.
So, do you guys have any idea, any lessons in this story? Just think about it for a second.
I wasn't listening. I'm just being honest.
Okay, you cool?
Yeah, I'm doing so.
Yeah.
A lesson from that story.
I'll just give you a second if you think of anything. Think about some of the truths we've talked about. First of all, when you're down to nothing, one of the truths is God's up to something. So that's his plan.
Yeah, it's to me. I feel like
So let's stay surface. What happened? Just tell me what happened.
She
Her husband died.
right, and she got debt going on.
Okay, she got that going on.
Yeah.
So
Looking for answers.
So she's looking for answers to get out of debt, right?
Right.
Because I got 7 steps here. If you can do these 7 steps, you ain't never gonna be broke again in your life.
For real?
For real.
You better start listening.
Now listen.
I think
So what's the first thing he told her to do?
Go pour oil.
Go pour oil? First thing he actually asked her was,
It's
what do you
to
have
show-
in your house?
Oh yeah. That's
Okay,
that's
think
a
about
fact.
that. That's a fact. Okay, then
But-
he said, go ahead.
what I'm saying is basically she has to start like a new foundation, like not the old way of thinking. Oh, I'm gonna depend on my husband, right? So now that she doesn't have a husband, now the kids are taken. She has to the whole foundation that she had, like it's gone now. She has
Brother,
to-
understand in the next 10 years, our foundation is going to be rocked. Because all these people that want the dollar to be meaning something, that bricks and all that stuff going on over there,
Yeah.
they're trying to get rid of the American dollar. The dollar, it used to be
worthless right
strong.
now.
It's worthless now. But
Yeah.
say you can see inflation going up and everything is $10. It's almost like playing Monopoly right now.
yeah,
So the idea is when your foundation is shaken,
you got to start.
what are you going to do?
Yeah, you got to build a new foundation.
Yeah.
But
Hold up. No, that's what we're about to talk
Yeah.
about. So if you listen, then you ain't gonna be the one to get caught in the back of the neck when something happens.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go over a couple of things. So the lessons about a financial turnaround.
Deshaun process it through his mind.
Okay, the woman went from the pit of poverty to the pinnacle of prosperity. This dude told her the system to actually start her own business with the oil. He said, go and sell it, pay your debts off. So one of the first steps you got to do is get out of bad debt. Get out of, stop borrowing money to buy liabilities.
Yeah.
Okay, when you buy liabilities, all you're doing is just throwing money away. Because
Facts.
the money's going to get less and less. When I buy a new car, I drive off the lot, I just lost $2-3 grand.
Yeah, that's guaranteed.
Okay, because that's a used car now.
Yeah.
So I can't sell it back for what I just
Actually,
bought it for.
used cars selling crazy right now.
Well, I'm saying that everything's crazy right now. So it's almost like backwards. Okay, so this story is actually encrypted with secrets and strategies for financial deliverance. Okay, it started with a prayer to Elijah, ended up with a plan from God. Okay, God answers prayers with plans. The widow was in debt because she lost her husband, which was a job. She then borrowed to buy liabilities, which is basically food and stuff for her family, all that kind of stuff. So she accumulated debt. God has already given you everything you need to fill your purpose. Think about that. That one hit me hard. You already have everything you need to fulfill your purpose here on this earth. All we do is try and strive to get more. That's not what you need.
I was
You
still
need-
reflecting on the story, right?
yeah. So I'm just listen to this one. God has already given you everything you need to fulfill your purpose.
That's-
It's already there.
That's
Yeah,
that's a song.
once
It's
you
called-
finish it, it ain't
It's
come
called.
back.
It's in seed form. Okay, a seed. Think about it. If you have an apple seed right here, if you can look at it as what God looks at it as, He's looking at it as like 10 apple orchards.
Yeah.
William, I got a
Seed-
question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, finish your point. I don't
No,
know
it's going to take a minute. So
Okay,
ask your question.
You said God gave you everything before. So why do we pray that, hey, God, give me more wisdom God.
So when you pray for wisdom, you're going to be able to tell what God gave you already, and in seed form, you can actually make a harvest out of what He gave you. So the idea of
open up
wisdom
your
is the
vision more.
application of that knowledge.
I think
For sure.
when you pray, you just basically
You stole this from
Open my
somebody.
eyes.
yeah,
That's
open
what- that's
my eyes,
basically-
show me what you have planned for me.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
asking for His, help.
Yeah,
Guidance, basically.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
that's what we need. We don't need more of anything. We have everything we need. We just got to learn how to use it.
But
That's all.
I think people think praying is like, God, I pray for some money. It's like, okay, you find
It doesn't
money
work
in the
that way.
street.
Nah.
No cap. When I was a kid, I was praying for $1 million. But go ahead.
Case because we try to do everything ourselves. We try to make things that shouldn't be made. We fight for ideas that shouldn't even be thought of. I'll give you an idea. Like when I'm here at school, I call it ground assault and air assault. Like when you fight in a war, if all you do is fight on the ground and you're sitting there physically trying to fight everything, you ain't gonna win that war. Because there's gonna be somebody flying planes. They did this over in Russia and stuff. When Russians were coming over there bombing Ukraine, what did Ukrainians ask for? They asked for planes so they could fight in the air too. You fight on the physical plane and you fight on the spiritual plane. So spiritual is your thoughts, your ideas. That's how spiritual comes into your brain. So if you're not fighting on both planes, you're losing already. If all you're thinking about is physicality, and all you're
You're
thinking
gonna
about I don't
lose.
have, you're going to lose.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah, so you got to fight on both planes. Let me see here. So if we
If you
borrow,
think about physicality, you're always gonna lose, basically.
basically, because physicality is nothing more than your imagination and your spirituality coming through your brain, and you actually go and do it. That makes whatever physical. Somebody thought, oh, it might be a good idea to make a table. Then we physically made it. But that's not where you want to fight. You want to fight on the mental plane. You know what I'm saying? If you can
you can
think
win
of
mentally.
imagination, think of ideas, that's what that does.
Yeah.
You go from implementation,
Well,
communication,
in
communication,
the
imagination.
society that we live in right now, let's just say, like, for example, you take the high road. That's the mental, right? Mm-hmm. If you don't take the high road, that means that's a physicality, basically. Like,
So think of it this way: Elon Musk. How many times do you think he's out there making spaceships?
He ain't making nothing. He did it
He
one
ain't
time.
making it. He's thinking. Okay, he's fighting on a different plane than we are.
Yeah,
I'm saying if you want to be at that level, you got to fight different.
for sure. We clocking in.
If you're the one clocking in, you the one getting
doing the
credit,
work, yeah.
making money for somebody else.
The other motherfucker thinking.
Well, here we go. All right. Okay, so if you borrow to buy liabilities, that's financial poverty. If you borrow to buy assets, that's how you actually get ahead. So, you got to learn between liabilities and assets. Once you have assets, then you actually just work off the money that your assets make.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you spend the money that your assets make, you never go backwards.
Yeah, I was
Buy
talking to
more
my
assets,
friend
you
today.
get more money.
define assets and liability.
Okay, but liability is something that takes money out your pocket.
Okay.
Asset is something that puts money in your
All
pocket.
right. So basically, profits. Assets
Okay.
your profit, right?
Well, you gotta explain the assets to him a little bit better.
So just give an example of an asset. What would put money in your pocket? And you ain't got to be there. Say if you buy a laundromat, okay, and it just kind of runs itself. You might have to pay one worker to, in case
But people gonna come and wash their
they
clothes.
come in
there.
and wash their clothes, and every day
That's an asset, right?
That's an asset.
Then
So that's
the
something that
machine.
puts money in your pocket.
That could
And you
be a
can leave
liability.
that thing run 24 hours a day. You could be
It depends
sleeping,
where at.
making money. Yeah, I'm saying obviously, where it's
Yeah.
at is going to make
Would you
more money.
consider stock
Location.
as assets?
Stocks can be assets as long as you pick the right
Ah.
ones. They can be. I
It's
mean,
a gamble.
yeah, it's definitely. I mean, that's more risky. But I'm telling you, the biggest asset you can have is build yourself.
Self, right.
You have to be the
Yeah.
person that can handle. God doesn't give you what you want. He gives you what you can manage. Okay, if you can't manage something, God is not going to give it to you. He's not going to set you up to knock yourself out. So I mean, the more you can manage, the more it's going to come. So you got to do you. That's all you can do anyways. Everybody tries to do outside and do 10 different things, and that's not what you do.
Plus, there's no risk.
When does the episode coming out?
Yeah. That depends on how you.
All right,
So I can rewind this shit back.
let's just talk real quick. We're on what's called a 40-40-40 plan, or I am. Some of you guys are not. So basically what that plan is, you do 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life, and you actually serve an employer, and basically you get 40% of what you made and you retire. Okay, that's a lie that we
Yeah,
bought
that's
into.
95%.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And this is the problem, though. You're one step away from poverty because now you're job dependent. Okay, we're going to get into that here in a second.
I understand that.
If you lose your job, all those liabilities that you bought, your house, your car,
you still got to pay for it.
you still got to pay for it, but you
Yeah.
don't have a job.
And that's the
So
problem.
if you go to that game where you're job dependent, like right now, I'm not really job dependent. Okay, I have other ways with the dog business and stuff. When you're here to basically make businesses. Okay, if you make businesses and you can stay in your lane, you can be really good at what you're doing, and that's how you get ahead. When you work for somebody else, you're doing work for them. That's all.
Okay.
They're your assets, basically.
You are their asset.
They're their asset,
And
yeah.
when you work somewhere,
Now you
the
getting
only
it.
asset you have is you. And when you can't show up for your job, you ain't getting paid.
Yeah.
So
You
I
getting
mean,
the
yeah,
message.
you want to buy other assets, okay? So every nation has a pit of poverty. Okay, now say if you're in a third world nation, what happens in the pit of poverty? You'd be like aid dependent, like charity. They come and bring stuff to you.
Yeah,
So that's the pit of poverty there. When you're here in America, which is a first world country, you're state dependent. State dependent means you're waiting for that check at the end of the month.
Every month.
You're living on government assistance. They do your health care.
Every
they do
month,
your
yeah.
money. I'm saying when you're at that point, you are in the pit of poverty. Okay, the
Yeah.
next level up from that
It's a job.
job dependent.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're job dependent, you're one,
And what is
bad
it?
day away from not working anymore.
Yeah, they got
You can
unemployment.
break your leg and now I can't show up on my job, So possibility of becoming economically decapitated means lose your head by losing your job, unable to service your own debt. So you got to think about what the levels are. You got to get to that where you're making businesses. So God has a plan. So don't sell your sons. So basically what they're saying is in this story, that lady had an option. She could have sold her sons and she would have got out of debt. But now where's she
Hold
at
on.
now?
You said sold her sons.
Yeah, her sons. They were coming to take her sons away to complete that
sense.
debt. They were going to put them in slavery. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
She could have picked that option.
How much was the debt?
But you have to
It
understand,
doesn't matter what
you
the
have to
debt
understand how at that time how deep that thought might be, because she might think in the back end she gonna get her kids back. She can sell them right now and get them back later. Because
I mean, once they hooked to that,
Once
they
you
might
never
be
gonna
hooked.
heal from
This
that.
this is the truth though. Once you sell your hope or your dream down for a job, you're not getting it back.
Yeah,
Hopes
most
and
likely.
dreams are now sold.
That's
They-
a fact.
they
You
never
just sold
gonna
the
fuck
farm.
with you too.
When you choose to work for somebody else, which a lot of you guys don't do, which is good. This actually works for this podcast. And I used to do it. I mean, I bought into the whole situation. I went to college, graduated, got a good job, decent,
So you're a good dream.
So they sold me a good dream. But I'm saying at least I woke up a little bit.
Yeah.
Now I have a business. It's funny because
Yeah.
like yesterday we just delivered 3 dogs. So that's now it's 3,500 a piece, so 7,000. Now you're looking at about 11,000. I just made yesterday just for showing up.
I don't know why I thought it was 15 a piece.
15 what?
15K a piece.
Oh, they're gonna get there. Don't worry. Yeah. So anyway,
I like this.
big numbers.
yeah, I'm saying they're-
Some people be
the numbers are as big as you want them to be.
Big facts.
I'm telling you, we used to sell them for 1,000. This lady pulls up in that private jet
Jet
stuff. I'm
and
like,
picked it up.
no, this lady doesn't buy one for 5,000.
Oh, that was
It cost her that much in gas to come get it from New York.
Way more than that.
I'm saying there's people, and that was that was during
Yeah.
COVID.
G5, yeah.
Everybody's worried
They
about
said 5,000
physicality. Everybody's
just
like,
for-
oh my god, there's some kind of
some fuel.
disease going around that's going to kill everybody. It's like
She ain't even got a mask.
Man,
she didn't even care, bro.
you lost
Look at
them.
that dog, yeah.
Okay, so the devil seeks to steal, kill, and destroy your future. Okay, he does it by stealing your vision, killing your dreams, and destroying your faith.
killing your vision is where it starts at.
Absolutely. When he puts thoughts in your mind
Yes.
to kill that vision, I'm saying your vision got to be right. in the
That's what
first
a
place.
job does for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You gonna show up for 40 years and
40
barely
years
making
is
enough.
crazy though.
Hold up. It comes to kill,
He comes
steal,
to
and destroy.
steal, kill. He only comes to do that.
Yeah.
So if it's just being a bad day, he's not there. You're doing it to yourself. He's only going to come if he could kill, steal, or destroy your vision, your
So
dreams.
destroy your vision, steal your.
So stealing your vision, killing your dream, or destroying your faith. You can do any of that, and you can switch the words around.
You can use it for a part time.
Whether you know it, you have a future, a legacy, a destiny, hopes and dreams, basically in the embodiment of your sons. So if you have family members that you're going to have, they're going to carry on your legacy. So like I said, I try and put it in other people. So the devil wants you to live in despair. He wants you to give up your future, and your future is definitely worth fighting for because God put you here for your future. Okay, your presence on this planet is not an accident or an incidental. It's intentional, purposeful, meaningful, and strategic. So you got to know you're here for a reason. The idea is to find out what that reason is. Okay, she actually asked for a handout. He offered her a hand up. Okay, you can feed somebody for a day if you just give them money, or you can feed them for life if you teach them something that can actually produce what they need. Okay, so education is more important than gratification.
Yeah.
We're looking for instant gratification. If you can delay your gratification and learn something, then it's going to be something that's built. Okay.
They talk about that in Atomic Habit.
Oh yeah. Okay. Wisdom's more important to you than new shoes. Then you might be on the right track. If the new shoes is more important than learning something, then you're just thinking the wrong way.
They gonna be a lot of new shoes coming out.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna make no sense.
So make the transition from being economic dependent to standing on your own 2 feet. So you want to go independent, and then you want to go interdependent. What's the difference between independent and interdependent?
Independent is when
Do it yourself.
you're doing it dependent on yourself.
Okay. What's interdependent?
Interdependent, my understanding, is when other people are doing it for you.
Or when you're connected to somebody and you're all doing it together.
Wife.
Interdependent. Could be your wife. Could be a
I didn't know you was
business.
on that level.
Yeah. Could be all.
No, but I'm in communication right now.
He's still, yo, he's funny.
All right, now we finally the seven-step plan. I'm gonna go quick. Okay, you want to understand that the hand up is a 7-point plan. The first step is actually to look within. Okay, when you're looking without, how can I do this new funnel? How can I do this new whatever? Everybody's looking for something where it's not out there. Okay, if it's out there, it's not yours. It's inside you. Okay, so Elijah said to the widow, "What shall I do for you? Tell me what you have in the house." So the first thing he said to her was, "What do you have?" Because what you have is the key to everything that you want. Okay, so what you got to look in to find, because all seeds don't look like what it's going to be when it grows up. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at an apple seed, it don't look like an apple tree. You know what I mean? So the idea is something God's already given you is the key to everything that God has promised you. All right. So stop looking outside for answers. Jesus actually said the kingdom of God is within you. Everybody's looking for the kingdom. Everybody's looking for heaven. Heaven's already in you. Okay, because he has a piece of him in you. So if you don't look within, then you're going to have to go without. And you're going to be chasing for the rest of your life. So it's always within, okay? So you got to do a personal audit. What do you already have from God? I'm saying, think about all the stuff you have right now. You have 15, 20 years of stuff that you've accumulated. And the bigger house you get, the more crap you get. And I'm saying, if you do a personal audit, everything that you have has potential.
You do a personal audit.
So all you want to do is just take a look at what do you have.
Yeah, everything you
Yeah,
have,
Paul.
just be like, okay.
You have a house?
So you're just basically
Yeah,
checking all the
furniture.
basic stuff that you
You
have.
have,
Stuff.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, I won't call it basic, but everything that you already have right now, basically. And then,
So what you have right now seems normal to you, but what you have right now could be extraordinary to somebody else.
I was about
it
to
could be
say,
valuable.
To somebody
yeah, it
else.
could be valuable to someone else. Yeah.
Now, if you stop looking at your house and you look within, what have you put inside you? I know you understand like film and all that stuff. Your oil or your skill, that kind of stuff is already inside of you. So if somebody else wants that, you have to learn how you put it in a container and how you can sell it. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
You can sell them lessons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you do a personal audit, which you already have from God. God has already planted in every person the seeds of your own economic redemption. So it's already in there. You gotta just see your opportunities are already there. So that's step number 1, look inside. Step number 2, recognize the seed potential of the things you already possess. So we take for granted things we know or familiar with. They might be, it's called a principle of recognition. And this one woke me up. My stove never turns on. I go out to eat every single night.
That's me right now.
Okay, now listen. That stove
They
could
gonna add
easily
up.
cook cookies 24 hours a day. I could have a cookie, business.
Like me, I'm a chef. So
Okay.
the
But
stove could be valuable to me, but to him, it's worth nothing.
No, all it does is have dog food sitting on it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it doesn't do anything. So you recognize the seed potential of the things you already possess.
For
So
sure.
everything you
See
have,
potential in the things you already possess.
yeah, you already have everything you need.
Man.
But you have to believe it. If you
Don't
don't
think
believe
too
it, then
hard.
you ain't gonna see it. I'm telling you, you
That
can
could-
walk.
that could,
You and I can look at the same situation. I see it way different than you do.
Of course.
Vision.
Yeah, it's all in how you do it. That's your vision. You're right. So your knowledge, your skill sets you already have are all you really need. We keep looking in books and trying to find the next, fad thing, or it's like you already got it. You got to look within it. What do you have? That's a self audit. Okay, the next step. So you recognize, see potential, everything you have. Next one, you got to borrow vessels. So the same content in multiple containers. I just thought about this with my business today. I could easily build a building on my property towards the back, and I could have 150 dogs. So right now I have 50 dogs working right now and make about 130, 140,000 a year just selling dogs. If I want to bump that up into 150 dogs, I already have the property. I already have the money to try and build something. My problem is, and that's why you kind of got my ear with the business. My wife does not trust anybody as far as trying to do what they can do. Okay.
Yeah.
What you have to do is allow somebody else to do it. There's people out there can do what you do better, but you can't. You're not letting them get a chance because they might be more hungry than you. You were hungry when you started.
Your wife ain't trying to give him no chance.
I'm saying it's like whenever I have $100,000 and 50,000 both head, if I don't let that go, I'm never gonna get any more. You know what I'm saying? You're just done. You're stuck.
limiting yourself.
You're putting a ceiling on yourself that it just ain't no good. So the idea is you need that content in multiple vessels. So to multiply it, I mean, there's things you got to do. You got to get out of your business. You have to actually.
Exclude.
You can't work in your business and work on your business at the same time.
I'm cheating. You cheating your business. You can't work.
You can't work in your business and work on your business at the same time. When you work on your business and you use your oil and use your skills, use everything to
What does
multiply,
working in your business mean?
being the one that's got to go do everything.
Okay.
I go
So you
home and I'm
basically-
cleaning up after the dog.
Yeah, yeah.
You need employees.
Because
You
you're
need employees because there's people on that level that are happy to make $18 an hour. You know what I'm saying? If your mind is on $1,000 an hour, that's not you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you have to be able to find people. So you want to borrow vessels. Okay. Then he said, go outside, borrow vessels from all your neighbors, empty vessels, and not too few. So there's something called relational capital or relational currency. So when I said I look at everybody as being my rich uncle, everybody I deal with anymore would love to deal with me on certain levels. You know what I mean? And like I said, right now, the biggest part that slows a lot of jobs down or a lot of businesses down is capital, is people capital. Because a lot of people don't want to work for anybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the better you are to people and the more you do for people, the more people will do back for you. And if they believe in your vision and your mission, then they'll gladly sign the dotted line, and work for a little bit less than their own destiny, So, if you're a beggar, you actually lose relational currency. Because, every time you go and try to borrow something, next time you come, it's like, you ain't got that kind of, I know you a beggar, and, so you can't be a beggar. Okay, so once you're in debt, you can't borrow from anyone anymore. So, if you're down to nothing, you want to, be growing your high quality relationships. So, even if you're down to nothing, you want to be growing your high quality relationships. You can always do that, even if you don't got no money. You can just say hi and it's how you doing. Like I said, you're building that relational.
Is that affirmation?
Affirmations like saying good stuff to yourself and you believe it. Affirmations.
Because you have nothing at that point, right?
If you have nothing, I'm saying this is the problem. Your mindset says you have nothing, but God says you have everything you need to do your purpose.
Your mind is telling you broke, bro. Stop.
It's not
That's
your mind, it's the
physicality.
truth.
It's not
You
your
have
mind.
to- you
Your
have
mind
to
does not tell you
understand.
the truth. Your mind lies to you. Your eyes lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, what doesn't lie is your behavior and your how you feel.
For sure.
All right, so be a friend to everyone. Your network is going to reflect your size and quality of your net worth is going to reflect your size and quality of your network. Okay, so who you network with is going to actually determine your net worth. So who are you networking with?
Haji.
Haji.
So that's one person. Okay. So how you gonna pull in 20 mil with one person?
Because
Because you guys be happy with 100,000 in your hand, right?
no, there's a lot of people that I
100,000,
network with, but I'm saying right now the person
You
you're
do
looking at-
business for people. That's
What's the
networking.
difference between when you say networking? Are you
You're
talking
doing
about somebody
something
doing
for them.
business?
I'm saying networking is pulling somebody on your team that makes you bigger,
Okay.
not
Bigger.
doing something for somebody.
Making
That's
yourself-
that's
somebody who's making yourself valuable.
yeah, yeah. Because you bring more value into your organization when people bring in skills.
Eh?
You know, bring in things that aren't money. Money is attracted to value.
No, you good. You good. I'm just.
I'm saying the more valuable you are, the more money you're gonna have.
There you
Most people
go.
chase money. If you chase money, money grows wings.
Just like I think you said the last
You said when
meeting
you
I
chase
was.
money, what happens?
Money grows wings.
So it flies.
Money does not want you to chase it. Money is attracted to a person's value.
The whole saying of don't chase women, chase money. So what's the?
No, don't
They
chase
really
money.
messing with you.
Yeah, don't chase
Don't
both.
chase neither one of them.
Yeah.
You gonna
All
start
right, so you
flying,
want to borrow
but
vessels. So first one was what? Look inside. Second one is recognize the see potential of everything you already have. The third one was borrow vessels. So you have to have other people on your team. If you don't have other people on your team is just you. That's your team. Number 4 is not a few. So you're only limited by the size of your imagination. So if I couldn't see, a building going up in the back of my yard, and more people working for me, if I can't see that, I'm going to be limited in my business by my imagination. But I can't imagine anything if I'm sitting there cleaning up all the poop every day. You can't be the one in your business working it and be the one making your business better.
and then low
'Cause
key,
making it is all mental.
you gotta low key hire somebody and just
You
low
might
key.
low key hire a whole bunch of somebodies.
Yeah, I'm just saying, without your wife knowing, just start
Dave, you
hiring
were
them.
saying, as a business person, when you bring people in that's working for you, let them use their skills to take you to the next level. Don't always trying to have them do it a certain way, because somebody could be,
Be better than you
they
think.
could be right. They could
But
be
you
better
might be
than
putting a ceiling on them by
Right.
thinking what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to have written down what has to be accomplished, but
Right.
how you do it is on you.
right.
Yeah, that's the idea.
100%.
Yeah.
Nah, that real.
So you're only limited by your size of imagination and the number of containers you have. So put your oil in containers. So market and sell your oil. So what is inside of you that somebody else wants? Think beyond yourself, beyond your years. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children.
It depends.
Oh, that's not a question.
No, I'm saying when I'm saying it depends. I'm saying it like I look at it in my end is when I pass away, I'll still have control of my money because I'll put it in a way. Yeah, I'll put it in a way I can still I'll give out the money however it needs to go out.
All right.
I'm just giving you that. You're good.
Okay, you gotta understand what's an inheritance.
Heritage is something that you receive when somebody is deceased.
Okay. So what are you supposed to leave?
Good in here.
Can you leave your job?
No,
No.
you can't leave your job.
What can you leave?
You can leave
right?
your house, money.
Usually, yeah, a
Now,
house.
if you
and
leave someone a house and they got nothing to go with it, are they gonna lose the house in the sheriff's sale?
because they still got to pay property taxes, from my
What can
understanding.
you leave?
Inheritance, to me, I look at it as a legacy, because a legacy that has a system that it cannot even if the dumbest person takes charge of it, it cannot fail because of the system that is put there.
Right, you can
for
set it up and,
example,
leave them a system.
for example, in April we went to Meadville, PA. There was a laser a metal repair company. It's like sixth generation where it's a system that hasn't failed for 6 generation and it's still going. It's like even the dumbest person can come and run it, but the system is so good, it just needs an eye, just needs a leader. That's what I think inheritance is, being able to have a system that works no matter what.
Yeah,
So an inheritance is not your job.
yeah,
So if you work 40 years and you retire, you're leaving them a little bit of money. That's all you're doing.
yeah. I hear you.
Okay, if you leave an inheritance for your children's children, it's going to be a business. It's going to be gold. I mean, gold doesn't lose its value. It always. What
you say, gold?
Gold.
Okay, I hear you.
Stocks.
Yeah.
Bonds. So
Yeah, that's the value of things.
yeah, that's the idea. You got to leave them assets.
Yeah.
Not leave them liabilities.
I understand.
You
I
leave
mean,
them
I mean,
a
even-
house full of cars. They might.
But at the same time, you don't have to.
I'm saying a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. The idea is when you have just enough for you and your family, Now your family's going to start on the same level you did when you first started, because that stuff's going to go away in 5-10 years.
Agreed.
Okay, you have to think more generationally than you do, individually. Because you're supposed to set your family up for something, that you weren't set up for necessarily, because you worked at it, and because all the information, experiences, all that stuff is in you. So you don't want them starting from square one. You know what I mean?
It depends what child it is. I don't have no children, but I'm just saying depends what
when you
child it
have
is.
one,
Yeah,
you want your seed to be bigger than what you were.
yeah,
you know,
for sure,
if
for
you
sure. I
can.
hear.
Okay. So step number 5, shut the door and pour. So pour your content into containers. There's actually a couple secrets there. You don't necessarily tell everything about your business to everybody. I'll give you an example. If you're selling oranges and you have a supply chain and you have a wholesale price and you have a retail price.
Yeah, you don't
Okay,
give
your
away your
wholesale
connect.
price, is how much you pay for it, taking it from another person.
Yeah.
Your retail has to do with, how much it costs you to get it, how much, how
Yeah.
much profit you want to make on it.
Definitely.
You don't tell them what your wholesale price is.
Yeah.
When, they're
Those
looking
are
at retail.
regular business rules. You don't tell
That's just
nobody
what
your
it- yeah.
connect.
So the idea is shut the door and pour basically means you want to build in silence.
That's basically a recipe.
Yeah, you build in silence, and like I said, destruction is always loud. When a tree falls, it makes a loud noise. When a building falls, loud noise. You know what I'm saying? When you're building, like I said, you want to build kind of in silence. Obviously, the more containers you have, the more you can sell. So, like I said, the bigger you make it, the more it's going to make, So, Mystery of the Oil. Your oil represents your experiences, your expertise, your enthusiasms, your empathy. So your passions, you got to know, how to do something. You got to know your circumstance. It represents your knowledge, your skills that you take for granted. However, if you poured your oil into containers, a container would be like a book. You can make a book, and that book can make money after you're dead.
Okay,
It can be
and
an asset, yeah. You could have a course, you could have a podcast, a blog, webinars, all that stuff. And like I said, that value gets passed on to the next generation.
Yeah.
Okay?
Webinars be wasted times. I've been
It
to
could be.
two of
You
those
can
things.
sell things at your webinar.
Yeah.
That's the idea of a webinar. It ain't. It is to give, give ideas and give,
For sure. I went there, man. We sat so long, man. I was like, I don't give a fuck what he talking about. I'm trying to leave.
Oh, you're just talking about some like pitch or sales.
Yeah,
pitch or something.
yeah, some shit like that.
Okay. So you can lose everything, but you still always have your life lessons. God actually ordained each one of us that life is going to teach you a certain life lessons. You know what I mean? Your life lessons ain't the same as mine.
No, because we're both
we're
struggling
on
different.
on a different path.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Actually, I didn't even say struggle. We are on a different path.
Yeah, so your
Because you
wisdom
gotta keep
actually
it-
is that oil we're talking about in that story. So God kept, every time that she poured, the oil just kept flowing, and she filled up all those containers. And with those containers,
What you mean the oil just kept on pouring?
the idea
It don't
was
work like that.
The lady had a little bit of oil in her house.
Right.
Elijah said, or she asked Elijah, "What can I do? What's in your house?" "Oh, I got this jar of oil." He said, "Go borrow all these vessels." Okay, like I said, this is a big story that kind of wraps around back to itself. So the idea is you go in secret and you actually pour the oil into all those vessels. So the more kids I touch with my ideas and my thoughts or whatever, it's actually making a ripple effect to everything around here. Like I said, we just won our 3rd championship in volleyball. I'm not even coaching anymore. But when I showed up at the championship, they're like, "Oh," you should see the air coming out of some of the coaches, because they know if I'm coming, I'm not coming to compete. I'm coming to dominate.
Yep.
All right,
I'm saying,
tell him.
I don't compete. I dominate. It's, when you compete, you got a shot. I'm saying you showed up for no reason.
So damn that guy.
Yeah, you got to go. You know what I mean? So the idea is, she came, she told the man of God, go sell the oil, pay your debts, and your sons can live all the rest. So with a full house of oil, you can still be in debt, even though if you don't know marketing and
You don't
sales.
see the value of it.
Yeah, I'm saying you could be completely filled with the oil, like all these skills, talents, but if you don't know how to market it and you don't know how to sell it to other people, you can still be broke. There's a lot of people smart as heck. They're in school for 20 years. They ain't making nothing.
Yeah, real
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? That's why they say A students end up working for C students
I see that all the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
So,
They teach them all books and don't teach them.
don't actually teach them the actual life.
It goes both ways. You gotta learn some books.
So you may have the ability to help a business grow. You might have the ability to understand how a family stays together, stay healthy, improve mental health. Write a book, do a podcast. Like I said,
Yeah, and
it just that's how you.
Yeah, like
put
when
it
I was
in-
young,
Yeah, put it into a vessel.
I always thought you had to be like an adult to do something. But as I see, kids is making money right now. I'm
That's
like,
because they
God.
understand. They understand these 7 steps.
Yeah, I wish
Last
I was
one's a
like that.
financial discipline. So you pay your debts first, then you live off the rest. You buy assets, live off the money assets bring in.
There you go.
One guy said he wants his money to stay around long enough to have little money babies. If you
Well,
spend up,
baby,
all-
just
if
to
you
bring
spend,
more soldiers.
yeah, if you spend up all the money right away, then they can't have no babies. You know what I mean? So they have to take that money, make money. So you have to have financial intelligence, financial literacy, commercial sophistication, master the money. So you live off profits from your assets, not from your budget. That's how you get out of that debt cycle. So the idea, like I said, there's a lot of wisdom in that, and I went over as fast as I could because it's getting late.
Yeah.
But
No, you good, yeah.
we always hit back on certain steps, anyways.
Yeah.
So the level that I'm at with my business is going to collect more vessels. You know what I'm saying? Because I could get as many dogs as I want because I have the financial ability to do that. But when you do that, understand you need more people working. So I'm stopping myself from being a millionaire with just dogs and not even having to work, not having to do anything. And I already know the idea.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
The
but-
sad thing is you can't.
it is sad.
Yeah.
Because I'm still waking up 2-3 hours early every morning, cleaning up stuff that I shouldn't be
Shit.
touching.
It's all because of love.
I'm telling you, love is a bad
Boy
word.
in love. So that's
Yeah.
what